basses, I'm here to help you with the Megalovania riff today. And I'm not going to lie, you guys have it a lot harder than your classmates do when it comes to playing this riff. There are definitely many ways to finger this, so you could definitely make an argument for some other ways. The main thing I want to do is minimize as much shifting as possible, though, so that we can play nice and efficiently. And to do that, we're going to have to use a few of those second position fingerings like we did, as well as moving across the fingerboard instead of up and down so much. So let's start with the simple part, and that is what I'm calling the bass notes. They're all bass notes on the bass, but the bass notes are the lowest sounding notes at the beginning of each measure. So that would start with the D, bum, 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 and then a C, bum, 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 then a B, da, 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 bum, 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 and then there's B flat, okay? And then that pattern starts over. So D, and then you have a C, a B, B flat. All right, so once you have that, then comes probably the trickiest part in terms of just sheer physical motion, and that is going from that note up to the D, okay? And when we shift up to the D, and we go down to C, bum, 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 ba, da, and then B, and then half position B flat, like that. Okay, so let's try that again. Ready? And bum, bum, then to C on A, dum, then the B, da, 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 dum, then B flat, da, 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 like that. Okay? And right after the D is A. Now your inclination is going to want to be go down here, but then and then we end up in a place where we don't want to be. So here's what I'd like you to do. Right, just like your open D is right next to A, your high D is next to A as well. You can play the A here, or you can play it up here. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to go high D to A. You'll also notice that this bass has a finger tape for D and C. So depending on if you have all your tapes or not, that's it. So we're going to play that bass note, and then D, and then across to A. And then to the C, same thing, D, A. Then the B. Then B flat, low one. Okay, so let's try that now. Ready? And bum, bum, then the C and then the B, da, 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 then the B flat, da, da. Okay? All right. So that's the main part. And if you can even do that while everyone else is doing all the crazy stuff, then it's going to sound really cool as an orchestra because we've got those bass notes really solid in there. All right. So now for the other part, this part. It sounds worse than it is, but it does require, it's not so bad, but it does require a little bit of other in between. So after you play the, we're not going to go down here for the A flat. If this is A flat is in between our tapes. We're going to use second finger there. Watch. And then fourth finger on the G. There's our second position that we need. So we don't go on to the tapes for E and F sharp. We move each of them up a half step for G and F. Okay? So watch that nice and slow. A, then A flat, shift to 4. Okay? It's kind of like Jingle Bell Rock where we go across like that, but we're down on in between the tapes. Let me do that again. Second, shift. All right, I'm going to do it with all the bass notes now. So let's do this much together. And then the C. Second finger, shift. And then B. Second finger. And then low 1. Second. See how repetitive that is? It's all the same thing except that bass note. So hopefully you're getting a good chance to kind of see how my fingers go and when I shift. Now all we have is that little last bit. So we're going to leave our fingers where they were with the F on 1 and the G on 4. So why am I not playing the open G? Because it's one less time I have to shift my, do a string crossing with my bow. It's so much faster to do it with fingers than with a string crossing. All right, so here's the whole thing, just that first part. Low 1. open D. So open 1, 4, like that. All right, I'm gonna do the whole thing for you nice and slow. You can play along if you'd like. Ready? And second, shift, C, shift, shift, sorry, B. Now a little 1 B flat. One more time. Here's the D. Shift, C, B, B flat. Like that. And then just keep doing that. And again, break it down to just the bass part. And then as much of that as you can do. And if you're patient with yourself at the beginning of learning it, you'll find that then you can put it all together a lot quicker than if you just keep frustrating yourself trying to do the whole thing all at once. Anyway, hope that helps, and I will see you in class.